It's November, y'all, and that means we are down to our last 2 months and 2 crochet stitches for our temperature sampler blanket. At this point, you might be asking yourself, what crochet stitch could she possibly add to this blanket? Well, we definitely haven't tried a waves crochet stitch yet. So for the month of November, we are working the Undulated Waves crochet stitch pattern. Now this pattern is worked in a multiple of 5s. So 5 double crochet, 5 single crochet, which means row 1, we are going to have to make a stitch count adjustment down from 191 stitches or 131 stitches, depending on if you're working a size 4 weight blanket or a size 5 weight blanket, down to 190 stitches or 130 stitches. So we're going down 1 more stitch per row, so that way our stitch count requirement will work. Also, you are going to want to have on hand your temperature color swatch card, because the temperatures, they be a-changin', and we are possibly going to be playing with some completely different colors. So be prepared with your temperature color swatch card. I love my wooden one, my customizable. I have all my temperatures here and the colors I'm using. If you would like to check out what I have here, I will put a link in the description section below on where I got mine. Also, grab your calendar stitch card, your free calendar stitch card from my website, crochetwithtiffany.com, underneath the Crochet Along tab. This is the November calendar stitch card. Print it out, circle your days that you're going to be accounting for, so you are good to go. Now our materials are not changing. Everything is staying the same, so same crochet hooks, same yarn. However, you might be using new colors, which is very exciting. When you have everything, you got your calendar stitch card, you got your crochet hook, your yarn, good to go. Let's go ahead and get started going over the November crochet stitch of the month. All right, to start this demonstration, I have 3 colors here that I have not been using at all, so that way the November stitch will really pop and show off and not be blended in with the month of October. I think the color I'm going to start with first is this gray color, because it is so radically different from this olive green that I ended the month of October with. So starting by creating a slip knot and attaching my crochet hook, slip stitching into that very first stitch on our row. Now what you might be noticing is that I am looking at the right side of the project. This is very important. We want to be looking at the right side of the project, or the side of the blanket that has all of the textures on it. And if you want to, you can even come down to the bobble stitches that we made. We want the bobble stitches to be facing upwards for this very first row. So slip stitch and then chain 2. This chain 2 does not count as a stitch. It's just establishing row 1. We will begin by making 1 double crochet stitch in the first 5 stitches. Same stitch we slip stitched into to begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. And that's the repeat pattern for row 1. We're going to make 5 double crochet stitches and then 5 single crochet stitches. Repeat this pattern all the way across for row 1, and I will meet you at the end of row 1 to show you how we are going to close off row 1 and move on to row 2. At the end of row 1, we should be working single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we have 2 stitches left. That's because in the month of October, we needed to have 191 stitches in the row. But for the month of November, we just need 190. So we need to drop 1 stitch. So we are actually going to end row 1 by making a decrease single crochet stitch. Let me actually back up. We will insert our crochet hook into the first stitch space, then yarn over, pull through, insert our crochet hook into the next stitch space or the last one, then yarn over, pull through. we will have 3 loops on our crochet hook, and then we are going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops to turn 2 stitches into just 1. Now we should have a multiple of 5, so 5 single, 5 double, 5 single, 5 double, so 5, 5, 5, 5 all the way across with a total of 190 stitches to fill up this row. Grabbing our scissors and cutting our yarn. Now I'm just going to go ahead and pretend like every row is a different temperature range. I'm going to change colors, but of course if you were to go into another row or your next row would be the exact same color for the exact same temperature range, you would just chain 2 and turn your work. For row 2, I'm going to go ahead and grab this red color, making my slip knot and slip stitching into the top of that first stitch of the row, slip stitch, and chaining 2 to set us up. Now for row 2, we're actually going to make all of our stitches in the front loop only. So we're going to start with 5 double crochet stitches in the front loop only. But if you bring your claw to the very front, right in the middle of it, there is the 2 loops. I just want to pick up that front loop only and then double crochet. So there's 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 5, followed by 5 single crochet in the front loop only. Single crochet 1, single crochet 2, single crochet 3, single crochet 4, and single crochet 5. Now this is the beauty of this pattern, is it is set up in 5s, so you really don't have to count the number of stitches that are in the row. Once we have established the 5, 5, 5, 5 row, or 190 stitches with the size 4 weight yarn, or 130 stitches with the size 5 weight yarn, you should just be able to count by 5s, and you'll know that you're on track. Okay, for row 2, make sure all your stitches are worked in the front loop only. This is going to be a really big deal to establish that pattern. And I will meet you at the end of row 2 to show you how we will move on to row 3 and how row 3 is going to look slightly different. Ending row 2 with 5 single crochet in the front loop only. 3, 4, 5. Now be extra careful here. We want to make sure we count those last 5 stitches because it is very easy to think that chain 2 is also a stitch, and you may be very tempted to place one more stitch here, making a 6th stitch, and by doing that you're going to throw everything out of whack. So just be extra careful not to put anything in this chain 2, count 5 stitches, and then stop. Grabbing the scissors. Again, if you are carrying the same color for the next row, you would just simply chain 2 and turn, or turn and chain 2. For me, I'm going to go ahead and change colors so that way we can see very clearly the difference between each row. Look at that. Because we worked a stitch in the back, or because we worked a stitch in the front loop only from the row before, it left this nice beautiful line and detail on the front of our blanket. And that's exactly what we were looking for. To start row 3, let's go ahead and make our slip knot, attach our crochet hook. We will begin by slip stitching into that very first stitch to attach the yarn to our project. Slip stitch, and then chaining 2. That chain 2 does not count as a stitch. For row 3, the repeat pattern will be 5, 5, 5, 5 again, 5 double crochet, 5 single crochet, 5 double crochet, 5 single crochet, but now we are working all of our stitches in the back loop only of every stitch. So beginning with a double crochet, find that back loop only. There we go, there's 1, that V-stitch, back loop, 2, 3, 4, 5, great, and then 5 single crochet in the back loop only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, great, and that is the repeat pattern for row 3. 5 double crochet in the back loop only, and then 5 single crochet in the back loop only. Go ahead and repeat this pattern all the way across for row 3, and then I will show you how to set up for the rest of the month of November, what to look out for this pattern, and just set you up for success. I hope you like this pattern. It's so much fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And that is how we will end row 3. Cut a long enough tail and tie off the work. Great. For the month of November, all we are doing for this pattern is just repeating row 2 and row 3 over and over again. So for the next row, we would just be doing a row 2 repeat, which is making all of our stitches in the front loop only. Keep in mind that every single row represents one day. So we will only make one particular row representing the one day on the calendar that we are accounting for. And that's it. That's all you have to keep in mind. If you want a little extra help to make sure you are staying on track, if you are looking at the back side of the work or the wrong side of your work, everything will be flat. If you are looking at the right side of the work, everything's going to have that texture. So if you're looking at the back side of the work, all of our stitches for the month of November are going to be made in the front loop only. And if you're looking at the work and you see all of the texture, you are going to be working all of your stitches in the back loop only. I hope that helps. I think you've got this, but just in case you have any questions, go ahead and leave your questions in the comment section below this video, or better yet, ask me in person on my Crochet Club membership site. Yeah, that'd be a great idea. I hope you have so much fun with the Undulating Waves crochet stitch pattern throughout the month of November. Please like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe to my channel and click the bell, and click all, that way you get notified when I release the December crochet stitch of the month. Guys, you guys are rock stars for sticking with this project this long. You should be very proud of yourselves. I hope you have an awesome November, and I'll be seeing you on the last Tuesday of the month to share with you December's crochet stitch. Happy crocheting!